In accordance with General Assembly Resolution 49/2 of 19 October 1994, I now call on the observer for the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies.
Mr. President, on the heels of the International Day of Nonviolence and following the theme of this year's general debate on mediation and the peaceful settlement of disputes, the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies welcomes this timely debate on the culture of peace. The IFRC further welcomes the reports of the Secretary General A/66/280 and of the Director General of UNESCO A/66/273 of these agenda items and the progress described in these reports. The IFRC is strongly committed to fostering a global culture of respect for diversity, nonviolence and peace, intercultural dialogue and social inclusion where human values and dignity are truly celebrated. Indeed, promoting social inclusion and a culture of nonviolence and peace is one of the three organizational priorities of the present decade of the IFRC. Based on the extensive experience of our 186 national societies, at the community level, I would like to touch today on the role of value and skills-based education, the importance of engaging and empowering youth, and the promotion of nonviolence. Mr. President, we all carry biases and prejudice from our upbringing, schooling, media, and other influences. Addressing violence expressions such as discrimination and exclusion requires a change of mindsets, attitudes, and behaviors at the individual level and the enabling environment for this change to happen. One place to start is by reinforcing the role of education, both formal and non-formal, in the promotion of a culture of nonviolence and peace, not only in schools, but in a variety of settings such as family, sports, and social activities. In his report on current global and national trends and challenges and their impact on education, the UN Secretary General states that schools must be seen first and foremost as places for imparting the most vital skills, tolerance, mutual respect, and the ability to live peacefully with others. The IFRC supports this view and believes that schools, along with other settings, are opportunities for us to learn values like respect for diversity, mutual understanding, compassion, and cooperation, and to develop skills like empathy, nonviolent communication, and peaceful resolution of tensions. In short, a values and skill-based education is vital to transforming the ways we relate to each other. Youth as Agents of Behavioral Change, YABC, is a flagship initiative of the IFRC which places youth at the center of promoting a culture of nonviolence and peace through non-formal values and skill-based peer education. The initiative was created for youth and with youth from the Red Cross Red Crescent worldwide and empowers youth to take up a leadership role in transforming their local communities. The YABC initiative uses a non-cognitive methodology, peer education, and innovative platforms such as games, role plays, visualizations, drama, dance, art, relaxation, and movement. YABC was met with great appreciation by youth and parents. Teachers have also welcomed the YABC methodology into formal education. For example, the French Red Cross, which partners with its government in providing humanitarian values education in schools, has begun utilizing the YABC methodology in their works with great success. The IFRC encourages the institutionalization of values and skill-based education in formal schools curricula at national level. starting in primary and preschool levels, as well as its inclusion in non-formal education. Mr. President, faced with levels of violence which affect all continents, countries, and communities, a values and skills-based education can help us address the underlying causes, especially when coupled with initiatives that foster social inclusion, respect for diversity, and that builds resilience against violence. Our goal must be to promote a culture where violence is never an option. Since risk factors exist for violence at multiple levels, individual, family, community, social, and cultural, it is possible to turn around each level to enhance resilience. In other words, we can build a person's or community's capacity to adapt to and remain strong in the face of adversity. Concretely, communities that invest in programs which proactively prevent stigma, gender inequality and abuse, among many other activities, and which empower vulnerable groups of people to become themselves stronger and less prone to violence. Targeting youth and communities most at risk is important. For example, our member national societies in the Central American and Caribbean region are addressing youth at risk of exclusion in 11 urban and suburban areas by increasing their social and institutional skills through the Regional Strategy on Violence Prevention Project. Another example is the South African Red Cross Soccer Against Violence Project, which inculcates values such as tolerance, self-discipline, and personal development in youth at risk, youth faced with high levels of violence, tolerance, and social crimes, among other factors. Mr. President, given that differences of opinion and disagreements are a normal part of humanity, the question really is, how can we deal with them in a constructive way? Pursuing values and skill-based education, empowering youth, and investing in violence prevention are all concrete actions we can take to help transform mindsets, attitudes, and behaviors. In all corners of the world, communities today face challenges that require creative and constructive solutions which foster a culture of peace. I thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the observer of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies.